What do you think is the factor that has made that company to achieve that loss situation?
Loss situation, I think.
Because as you said, because
exporters and importers who are basically dependent on the European market or the US market, they got really hit.
Okay.
And that too, people who were catering to the luxurious sector of cargo, like cargo, which are essentials, like food material,
it's
it
routine.
has to go there.
Okay.
And basic clothing material, it has to go there.
Okay.
So people who are dealing in those type of cargo, they were not very much affected. Maybe their profit margins were
maybe a little reduced.
But the people who are in the luxury market, like luxurious goods like building materials, which are high-end value items.
Furnitures, imported furnitures, and
all those things. So all those could be postponed. Like people are just postponing. What is happening is in US, Europe, or any market, any big investments, they are postponing.
Postponing to the.
So any sales or anything has to be standstill, or a very small quantity is being sold.
Okay. So the market got stabilized. Okay.
So people who are in the luxurious goods market or things which could be postponed, the purchase could be postponed, those people got affected.
I see. What kind of materials do you clear customs normally?
We basically, major items is spices to United States.
Spices to United States.
And Europe and all. Since spices again, it is basically an edible item and it has to go to the food chain. So it is not much affected. Of course, exporters themselves have been affected because of the price
increase.
But the volumes have remained, and they have somehow managed to keep the shipment.
So they are the one who got really hit by that. Yes. But you are not affected because of it. Because for you have to do the work.
Yeah, we have to do the
work. They have
the volumes have come down.
Yeah, volumes gradually has come down. But then that has not given you much of the difference. But then
not much difference. But we have like a lot of clients, no. So some clients have taken a hit. Clients were,
client side. Okay.
So they have taken a hit. So their hit is automatically passed.
Your hit, yes.
For example, we have a lot of iron scrap being imported. We handle a lot of iron scrap, which is being imported, and it is melted and re-rolled and made into building rods and all.
I see.
So that industry has been really hit actually. Because already the steel industry is already hit.
Because of the high volume of the price increase.
Price was very high actually, the selling price.
Okay.
Now it has come down to
So the steel industry, iron industry, those people were not.
That is right.
Okay, those people were not sending the cargoes, or they have stopped, or they have reduced it.
No, again there are two aspects of the rate of the material that is sell has come down drastically. Because previously what used to be is around 60,000 rupees a ton. Now it is around 28-30,000, almost 50,000. 50%
percentage less.
Selling cost. But the input costs were same actually, almost for a long period.
I see.
For about 5-6 months. Now it has started reducing now. That is one thing. Then the power situation in Tamil Nadu is quite bad.
That's. Sir, actually we were discussing about that power problem in Tamil Nadu. So because of that, a lot of business has got really hit. So what kind of industries has got hit because of this power problem?
See, anyone who are power intensive units like steel smelters and a lot of textiles who didn't have power backup, their own power generating backup. So all those people have been hit.
I see.
So now people are going in for their own captive power plants. Now again that will increase their
as like Adani
capital.
As like Adani. Okay, sir. Actually, one more thing. This business, as you said, after recession, lot of the industries related to the shipping and lot of industries related to this power problem has really got hit. And then, do you think that apart from Thoothukudi, is there any business sector which is really applicable for this kind of shipping, any business area which can be applied for this kind of business? Do you think nearby Thoothukudi, which area would you prefer for that?
No, you mean what new business could be started?
No, not new, but same kind of cargo business. Since you are into Thoothukudi, you have a harbour, you are dealing with the cargo.
That's right.
Do you think, is it possible to handle this business apart from being away from Thoothukudi? Means like nearby areas like Nagarkoil or Tinkashi. Is it possible to handle the customs clearing from those such places?
See, actually, you need a custom station basically.
I
It
see.
needn't be a seaport. Like, see, Bangalore, they have an ICD.
Okay.
So, it is an internal container depot.
Okay.
Where customs and everyone, it is an internal seaport only, would say. It's a land seaport actually.
Okay, land seaport.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, those are available now in Coimbatore, Bangalore, and all those places.
Okay.
So, if you are able to set a ICD in, say, Nagargoil or wherever, it could be there, the customs formalities and all those things could be over, the
Okay.
export or import formalities could be over, and the shipments could be done through Tuticorin port.
Okay, okay,
Like
fine.
what's happening in Coimbatore, they do all their formalities there, stuff the containers, and it is either sent through rail or by trailers, and the shipments take through from Tuticorin port.
From Tuticorin. Because why I asked that question is actually I've seen a lot of branch offices for many customer people. Like
That's right.
your kind of agencies have branch office
Yeah, yeah.
where they don't have the harbor kind of thing.
Yeah,
You know,
that's right.
that will be totally a total different scenario.
Yeah,
So
it
those areas they will have branch office. That is why I asked because I don't know how they are operating from those branch offices. Now
They operate, yeah.
okay, now I got it clear. And do you ever find or you ever met in situation that you were not able to clear the customs for any customer or for any consignment?
No, we have not heard
So
had
far,
any such occasion.
very good. That shows the
But we are
success.
clearly, we scrutinize whichever exporter over here,
Okay,
and we guide a lot of exporters also.
okay,
There are a lot of first-time exporters who want to come here and right from scratch, right from getting an EC number,
Alright.
they want help. We have been helping them,
very nice.
and we have been advising them. These are the things that are allowed. These are the things that they are not allowed.
Okay,
And a lot of importers and also before they import, they come to us for their advice, like whether this is allowed. If it is allowed, what is the duty? What is the policy? Whether we have to get a license, and all those things we guide.
so
guide
you
them.
will groom the customers.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
We don't take blindly whatever he gets and just file it, and then if the customs refuse it, then we tell them, oh no, customs not accepting. So we are well versed with all the rules and
Rules and
regulations. We
regulations.
advise exporter or importer. So we have never had a failure with the customs.
Very good.
Any advice we give to the exporter importer before going to the customs.
So, actually, you said that you are very reliable into your business. That's why all your customers are very reliable person because you know since it is this
we
kind
take
of
only people who are
very reliable in this
very
business.
reliable.
Okay.
And who are doing a very genuine job. We are there for them. We don't go and undertake any
because
other,
everyday news we have a lot of
Yes,
things coming up like smuggling kind of things.
That's
and all.
what we don't want to go into that area. Also.
That's
we
it.
want to be peaceful.
That's it.
We want our
So you
employees
have
to be
genuine
peaceful.
customers
We want
for-
our family to be peaceful.
Very
So
good.
we have genuine people. We are also genuine. So we needn't bother about anyone.
Anyone, that's
we have
good.
a peaceful business.
Thank you, sir. Really, you have spent a very much of your valuable time with us. We are really very happy to take a small interview with you.
Okay.
Next time, 100% will come one day. We'll meet your family also.
Okay,
We'll have a small
sure.
interview with them also. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. സോ വ്യൂവേഴ്സ് എങ്ങനെയുണ്ടായിരുന്നു? തൂത്തുക്കുടി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സ്ഥലം ഒരു നല്ലൊരു സ്ഥലമാണ്. ഷിപ്പിംഗ് മാത്രമല്ല, ഫിഷിംഗ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് കുറേ ബിസിനസ് നല്ല ബിസിനസ് നടക്കുന്ന ഒരു ഏരിയയാണ്. ഇവിടെ ഈ ഷിപ്പിംഗ് ഏജൻസീസ് ഒത്തിരി ഉള്ള കാരണം കൊണ്ട് ഒത്തിരി നല്ല ബിസിനസ്, നല്ല കസ്റ്റമേഴ്സ്, നല്ല ക്ലയൻസ് എല്ലാവരും ഉണ്ട്. ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പൊൻ വെങ്കടേഷ് സാർ പറഞ്ഞ മാതിരി ലൈക്ക് ഹിസ് ബിസിനസ് പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ ആൻഡ് ഹിസ് ബിസിനസ് പ്രോട്ടോകോൾ ഇസ് റിലയബിലിറ്റി. സോ റിലയബിൾ ആയിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും അങ്ങനെ ഒരു 70 കൊല്ലത്തിന് കമ്പനീസിനെ നല്ല പേര് മേടിച്ച് റൺ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. So please keep on watching this program. I'll meet you in the next episode. Until then, it's me, Smita, signing off, saying bye-bye.
And I thank the Kerala Vision for giving me this opportunity to speak to all you viewers in Kerala. Thank you very much. Bye.